Hi, can we speak to Showtime Shawn Porter?
You got it, man. Can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you great, man. How you doing, brother?
Am I clear?
You sound a little far if you want me to be honest.
I'm trying to. I got a mask on right now, so I'm trying to keep the mask on, but also speak to you at the same time. How's this?
It's a little better.
Okay. Let's try to work with this. All right.
No problem, no problem. So what, you in training camp right now?
Oh man, I stay in training camp. I stay in training camp, and I'm actually right in the Bay Area right now, San Fran. I'm working with Victor Conti and my dad, and we're doing some hypoxia training right now.
Okay. So when did you start dealing with Victor Conti?
We started dealing with Victor Conti a little bit before the last fight. My dad contacted him probably around this time last year, and we really got things moving with Victor probably around middle of last year to the fall of last year. So we've been going strong with him for a little while now.
Now, does it put any fear or doubt in your mind dealing with a strength and conditioning coach with that sort of background? Look, believe me, I'm a guy who believes in second chances and things like that, but you see all the problems and drama that's coming Robert Garcia's way for having Ariza in his camp, and you got Marquez got the same type of heat when he knocked out Pacquiao for having Heredia in his camp, and Andre Berto tested positive while having Conti in his camp. I know he's probably working out well for you on the physical side, but do you feel that that was a good PR move?
Well, you know what? When it first happened, I didn't think so at all. But I'll tell you firsthand that God puts everyone in my life for a reason, and my dad follows God's every move. And when my dad first told me that we were going to be working with Victor, I'm fully aware of what Victor has done, what he's gone through, and it's no secret as to what he's done. And so my first reaction was a question mark to my dad. You sure this is what you want to do? And my dad, he assured me that we would be getting nothing but the best. And I follow my dad's every move. So we've been going strong with him. We haven't had any problems with any health concerns or any drug testing problems either. So for me to have to say that there's fear, none at all. For me to say that I think I have advantages coming my way, 100%.
All right. Well, as long as you're comfortable with it. Beeb, you want to go ahead and jump in so we could get Shawn in and out?
Absolutely, man. Shawn, what's going on, man? Congratulations on being the champion, man.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. What I wanted to ask you is, in Devin Alexander's only other loss, I don't think he just lost that fight. I think Bradley took his heart in that fight. He broke him down mentally, and you could just see the deflated look on his face. And I've never seen Alexander have that look on his face until I saw him fight you on that night. It seems like you did the same thing to him. Did you feel like it was more than just you winning the fight, beating him? Do you think that you beat him down mentally as well?
I definitely think I beat him down mentally. There were points in the fight where I could look at his eyes. I can tell that, he really wanted to win, but he knew he didn't have what it took to beat me. And for me being a competitor, that's the look I want to see. For me, the sport that I'm in, I love to see that look. I thrive to see that look. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to see that look. So trust me, when I saw it, I knew it. I knew it when it came. Was towards the middle to the end of the fight, and he knew that there was nothing he could do. I don't think he was prepared for everything that I had. I think he underestimated me, and he got more than he bargained for.
Okay. I got to ask you this question because everyone in the chat is asking this, and they want me to ask you. Kell Brook, would you go over to the UK to fight him if you had to? Or you would never have to. You would never have to.
Yeah.
Would you go with
well,
it?
You know what? Me personally, no. And I'll tell you why. I fought abroad. I fought in Africa. I fought in South America. I fought in England. I fought all over the world as an amateur. And although it's fun to travel and it's fun to be with the team and it's fun to take pictures and all that, it's not fun losing. You don't get any breaks when you go overall the fight. Simple as that. And so for that reason, I say no. I would entertain a fight with him, no doubt. I've seen him fight on YouTube, and I definitely know that I have everything it takes to beat him. Whether he comes over here for this fight remains to be seen. But as far as me going over to the UK, me personally, I don't want to do it. I'm pretty sure my dad feels the same way. But obviously we have to let boxing take care of it. We have to let the business take care of what's going to happen with me, and we'll go from there. But I haven't heard anything yet as to who, when, or where. And it's a little disappointing because I just wanted the ship, and I'm thinking that, offers are going to come my way quicker than they have. So I'm still waiting to hear.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel disrespected, though? I mean, you're the champion. Why should you have to go to the challenger's backyard? I mean, what has he done to warrant that?
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't feel disrespected, and this is why. It's been like this my whole life. We've always had to work for everything we wanted, everything we've gotten, everything we try to get, from walking, 3 miles to a football practice back and forth every day to driving thousands of miles just to get to a tournament where other guys were able to fly. This is a type of adversity that I'm used to and I'm more so comfortable with. So I'm glad that things aren't just being handed to me. I'm glad that things aren't just being given to me. And it lets me know that I still have to work hard.
Now, has the IBF ordered that fight yet? I mean, he is your mandatory. Is there any deadlines where that fight has to get made by?
You know what? I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound ignorant of me to say that I don't know. But on the other hand, I've always allowed my father, my manager, and also Al Heyman, my advisor, to take care of the business. And I've always tried to be responsible for my training and my dieting and all that. So my dad also, he's my trainer, so he's on top of that as well. So the parts that we can control and handle, we're handling. We're in camp right now, even though we don't have a fight date. We're keeping our weight down, even though we don't have a fight date. And we'll be prepared to go whenever that business side takes care of itself and when we have a date.
So would it be possible, or could it be possible that there may be a fight in between that, or would you have to wait? Or you willing just to wait to see if that's going to be mandated or not, or will there be an interim fight in between?
I'm still waiting to find out if it's going to be mandated. As far as I do know, I think we were given 90 days, maybe 45 days to announce a fight or who we were going to fight and all that kind of stuff. So I know deadlines are coming up. It's well through the beginning of the year, and I wanted to fight sometime here in April or in February or March. And so I do expect to get a fight date and plan real soon. So whatever mandatories, whatever announcements need to be made, I expect for them to be made within the next week or so.
I know you talked about wanting to fight Maidana. Is that a fight that you would push hard to try to make if and when you beat Brooke?
Oh, yeah.
After that?
Well, you know what? I was at the fight, and I was licking my chops. I was ready to fight as soon as that fight was over. I saw that everything that it takes to beat that guy. I also saw a great fight. I saw an exciting fight. I saw, a slugger outslug a good boxer. And I know that I have what it takes to outslug a slugger as well as outbox a slugger as well. So when I was watching the fight, I just kept seeing myself and Maidana put on a great show and me get the best of Maidana. So it is definitely something that we would push for.
All right, great, Shawn. That was my last question. I'm going to go ahead and pass you over to Vic, man. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, Showtime, I just want to ask you something. I mean, it's surprising you said you haven't got offers a lot sooner because we've interviewed a few guys since you won the fight. I'm going to name 3 of them. I'm going to name Luis Collazo, Keith Thurman, and Paulie Malignaggi. Have either 3 of those names come up in consideration for your next fight? And what do you think about fighting either 3 of those guys?
I'll answer the second part because the first part, again, I don't really deal with who I'm gonna fight firsthand and all that kind of stuff. I let my advisor, my dad, my manager take care of that. But as far as the second question, I would entertain. I would fight any three of those names you just mentioned. They're all great, exciting fights, and I can't stress you guys enough how much it is in my heart to want to put on great, exciting fights. Not only to put on great, exciting fights, but obviously to win them all. And I think I do. I know I do have what it takes. All three of those players you mentioned. I think Keith Thurman being the younger and I guess we've all seen more powerful fighter out of the three that you named will be the tougher fight. Also, Collazo just had a good outing against Victor Ortiz, so I think that will be a good competitive fight for me. And then also we know what Paulie Malignaggi has done as well. So, I mean, out of those three names, you put them in a hat and I'll pick one out, man. I think they're all good fights for me.
Now, we were there in San Antonio with you to see Maidana Broner, and then on the other card, Keith Thurman and Jesus Soto Karass. Being that you were there, you said you had what it takes to beat Maidana. What do you see in Keith Thurman, and what kind of problems would he pose to you if you guys are ever square off in the ring?
You know what though? One thing I've seen from Keith recently that has impressed me is his boxing skills. He's been able to move out of the way of these guys' punches. He's been able to get on his toes and use more hand speed than I knew he had. So going into the fight, one thing we would obviously look to do is stay out of the reach of his power and try to outbox him. Along with that, we'll be getting to his body and trying to slow him down and take some of that power out of him. And, just carry him through the speed into those later rounds, and I'll hustle him, and I'll punch him, and I'll score him.
Now, regarding the welterweight division, obviously there's a tier, and then there's Mayweather. Right now, you're on that second tier, getting up there. I mean, what do you think it'll take for you to actually land that big fight with Floyd, being that he's got 4 fights left? And being that, Devin Alexander was in the mix to fight him last May. I mean, he threw that name out, and you beat him. And now, in all likelihood, it looks like it's Amir Khan based off the poll. I mean, how far are you out there from getting that major pay-per-view fight?
Well, you know what? It makes sense that if Devin Alexander was in that conversation and I beat Devin, then I should be in that conversation. However, I know firsthand that Floyd picked his opponents. He calls all of his shots, and I don't think that I'm an opponent that he wants. I don't think that I'm a champion, not an opponent. I don't think I'm a champion right now that he wants to fight. What it takes to get to that point, honestly, you don't know, because whatever Floyd says goes. So I can beat Amir Khan. I already beat Devin Alexander, and I can beat Amir Khan and then beat Maidana. Those are the two names that I'm hearing the most for Floyd to fight. But I can beat those two guys, and he still wouldn't fight me. So it's all about what Floyd wants to do. Hopefully, I'm someone that he would consider before his contract is up, before he's done with the sport. I definitely do think that I have what it takes to beat him. I know that we will work extremely hard in camp, and when we watch a ton of film and figure out ways to try to get around his defense and the things that he does great in the ring, and give it all we take to beat him, be the true champion at my weight class.
Thanks for answering my questions. I know James, my other co-host, has a few things he wants to ask. Thanks again, Shawn.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
So, Shawn, okay, so I just had a quick question for you, man. Coming into the Devin Alexander fight, you were not nearly as known as you are now, obviously, because you snatched the title from him. So I just kind of want to know your mentality and what kind of changes you made in your camp and preparation. Now that you've gone from kind of hunting for the title, and now you've got all these big names calling you out. So has anything changed in your mentality where you're now not necessarily going for the hunt, you're now the hunted?
I will tell you what, nothing has changed in my mentality as far as working hard and being prepared. That's a given. That's something that a champion that he always has to do. One thing that has changed, well, I really wouldn't say changed, but has been stressed even more now, is the fundamentals of boxing, the directions we want to maintain mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually going into a fight has to remain the same. So nothing has changed. Everything has just been stressed even more now than ever before. And I would say that's just because that's the point that we are at in my career. We know that everything has to step up. The bar has been raised, and we have to, continue to climb that bar and raise the levels up ourselves. That way, when we are being hunted, we can defend ourselves in a respectful manner and come out victorious every time.
Thanks a lot, brother, man. That's all I got for you. I'm going to pass it back to Ned.
Well,
very
Shawn,
good, man. Thanks.
we just want to thank you for coming on. I don't know, your dad, me and your dad were texting earlier this week, so I don't know if these things are personal, but I just, if they're not, could you tell the listeners what you were doing this week?
Oh, man, nothing's personal at all. I think myself, I'm a very honest individual. I tell the truth, and whether you like it or not, some people don't like it as much, but everything we've done out here in San Fran with Victor Conti, with Mike
No.
Basil.
I mean,
What
you
you
and
mean?
your dad went skydiving, and I wanted you to tell the listeners that because I don't know very many people who just win a championship title and then jump out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, listen, man. Me personally, again, I'm not someone that's looking for a thrill. I'm not looking for a high or something to get me going or to prove something, anything. Skydiving is something I've wanted to do my entire life. My dad said we were going to San Fran, and that was the plan. And then all of a sudden he says, when we go to San Fran, we're going to leave and we're going to go to Arizona and we're going to jump out some planes and skydive. And I was like, oh, shit, really? Oh, man, let's do it. And, man, I'll fast forward everything, man, to the end. It's the most exciting, unbelievable thing that I've ever done in my life. I can't compare it to anything else, man. And an experienced diver, before he jumped out, he said, hey, guys, enjoy yourselves, have fun, but don't have too much fun because you'll get addicted. And I'll tell you what, man, it's safer than you guys realize, and I'm addicted. Hopefully I can get back in a plane and jump out of it another 2 or 3 times this year, man, because it was just an unbelievable feeling. Being able to see yourself drop down 13,000 feet was indescribable, man, and it's something that I say everyone should do, but whether they do it or not is on them. But, anyone out there looking for a thrill, looking for something exciting, something different, something they've never done before, skydiving is it, man. It was unbelievable, and I can't wait to do it again.
Shawn, did you
you're
say
a
that was
braver
in
man.
Arizona?
Well, excuse me, James?
No, I was just saying, Shawn, did you say you went skydiving in Arizona?
Yeah, I went skydiving. We were in Eloy, Arizona. That's where...
Skydive Arizona, yo. How was it going up in that tiny-ass airplane? Because that's exactly where I went skydiving 2 years ago. In the plane ride, which that's the scariest actual skydiving was.
Yeah, it was great, man. I couldn't stop looking around, and I was thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm about to jump out of this plane. And then, they told me, they said, hey, man, listen, we do everything. You look for the camera and have fun. They pushed me out, man. I did what they told me to do, throw my hands up, feet, blah, blah, blah. And it was an amazing experience. I'll never forget it. And whenever I jump again, I'm definitely going back to Eloy, to that skydive spot.
Well, Shawn, that wraps it up, man. We want to thank you for coming in, man. We want to thank you for staying in training camp and being ready and wanting to take on any of these guys calling you out. That's how we won our champions, man, and we hope you reign for a while.
Listen, man, I appreciate you, Nestor. You've been there for a long time, man. You've been reaching out to my dad now for a long time. I appreciate that. And then also, man, it was fun being on with you guys. Anytime we can do it, let's do it.
All right, brother. You have a good night.
Thank you, man. You too.